everybody. Oh, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Good to have you back on this Thursday. Well, wherever you're coming from, thanks as per usual for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I hit hard in bed last night. Didn't even try to attempt any work. I basically got back from dinner after doing the show. As you've seen, it probably went up a little bit later than normal. Just had internet. It took me like about an hour, 20 minutes to upload the video. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I think the network, Telstra, not much you can do when it's going over the phone. So you just do what I can. So it took a little bit longer, and then by the time of that, I'd had enough. So I actually just laid in bed and tried to watch a little bit of this new show I started watching at the airport, which is this, and it's quite good, so I thought I'd give a shout out. Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. It's a bit of a anti-superhero type movie, but it's quite bingeable, so thought I'd throw that one out there to you. Also, if you're a Lucifer fan, I think that's back this week or next week, so pretty excited about that one. That's one of my favourite TV series to actually watch on Netflix, so Lucifer won't be far away. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Jupiter's Legacy, it's like a family of superheroes. The daughter's a drug addict model that's got super strength. It's quite actually a little bit of dark sort of DC, I guess, a little bit of DC in it. But yeah, a good look at superhumans in general, I guess. So, but definitely worth a good show. I think Josh Duhamel, that's his name. Josh Duhamel is the lead character. He's like the most powerful superhero, sort of like a Superman type deal. And he's a story about his family, how he got his powers and all that, and it progresses through each show. So looking pretty good. So I think I'm in about episode 5 or 6 at the moment. So definitely chuck that on your list if you're into that sort of thing. Now, tech, not much today. A little bit quiet again. It's been a bit of a slow week. Some stuff coming up though. Probably the biggest news today, unfortunately for us Australians, is Victoria back into a 7-day snap lockdown for COVID-19. They've shut the door again. My sister lives in Victoria, so I think she's had about 3 or 4 of these lockdowns in the last 12 months. It's no fun for anyone having to go through that. I do feel for you. It's just... What do you do? They just had so much bad luck. Whether it's bad luck or mismanagement or whatever it is, I guess people have to put up with it. So it's a bit of a shame for those people. So my question, the question is, Australia has had such a terrible rollout of the vaccines. We've had vaccines since I think April, maybe late March. And apparently, I think last time I heard anything on the news, we'd only covered like 2% or 5% of the population, which it's now May, so it's like 2.5, at least 10 weeks to punch this vaccine out, and it's just been a disaster. They're relying on medical and doctors that are already busy and flat out to now add this into their daily routine. My question, and it's probably a question. There's probably a good answer as to why it can't be, but we've got Army, Navy, Air Force. They've got their own medics and stuff, but we're currently, as far as I know, we've got people overseas in conflicts and stuff helping out and trying to help out some other country. But we get a lot of people that are in armed forces that are paid for by taxpayers. Wouldn't that be a great solution? We could set up tents with these, and it's only a needle. It's got to be at a certain temperature and all that. That stuff logistically you can sort out. And the one thing about the armed forces, they deal with logistics on a daily basis. That's what they're all about. They need to move a lot of people to a lot of places fast and quick. They're logistics specialists. The Australian government is a logistical shit show. They have no clue how to do anything. It doesn't matter liberal, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm not going to offend either, because they're both as useless as each other. We've got two terrible parties that are pretty much good for nothing, zero leadership and zero charisma. So you don't give a sparky work to a woodworker. You don't go to the Amish community and ask them to fix a Tesla car. Get the people that are guns at getting to a place fast, setting up a camp, getting injections done. The army, like all these armed forces, these guys are specialists at doing fast-tracked, high-volume logistical tasks. Surely we can get the vaccine to these guys, take the heat off the hospitals. Don't let them worry about all that crap. Let them do their normal job. They've got enough to do on their normal day-to-day without having to try and roll out a vaccine as well. Same as the normal doctors, they're busy. I don't know if you've tried to get into a doctor, but it's minimum like a week to get into a doctor. If you're sick and you think you're going to get to a doctor, you basically either got to go to emergency or go sit at the doctor's all day or hope someone pulls out. So, like, to expect that to happen, that was always going to fail. It was always going to be slow rollout. I think they need to look at a different direction and get a logistics team to run this. As I said, it's only a needle injection. It's not like you have to hop on one leg, close your eye, stick your tongue out in the right angle. Otherwise, the injection's not going to work. You just need to know where to put the injection and keep it at the right temperature, inject it, fill out the paperwork, and do the paperwork and get that off to the right people. That is what the armed forces are very, very good at, as I said. Don't want to harp on that, but I think by doing that, you speed up getting the vaccines through. Look, there's going to be people, if they don't want to do it, that's their choice, that's fine. You can't stop people from making their decisions. They pay taxes, their choice. But wouldn't that be a logical assister to help get us the vaccine? Because sooner we all get the vaccine, the sooner we get a chance to get herd immunity, we get a chance to battle this thing. That reduces the chances of us getting lockdowns, to make these poor people sit at home in Victoria, a very populated place, sitting in little apartments, staring at walls for 7 days. That's my thoughts anyway. A little bit of a whinge and a bitch, but as a person that deals in logistics, I understand what the Army's good at, and logistics is a specialist thing. You don't ask someone that doesn't understand logistics like the government, because they're logistically just really, really challenged with anything mental or anything logical. The government, they deal in fantasy land and dreams and all that non-reality stuff. That's where they live. They need to get people that live in this reality to handle this, I think, and just step back from it, because I think that armed forces would actually make this go a lot smoother and a lot quicker, which is the key here. Get it out quick. Anyway, so that's that. But yeah, look, if you're in Victoria, friends and family I've got there, look, feel for you. Oh, geez, it's going to be another tough week for you. Yeah, go watch Jupiter's Legacy. That's a good show. Lucifer's out. There's a couple of shows, at least get you through a couple of days, I guess, in between whatever else you're going to do stuck indoors. Give that a crack. Now, Road, big fan of Road, because they're an Australian company, which is always good. They've done so well. They're a really good company. The Roadcaster comp is on. Don't forget that. That's the podcasting. You can win hundreds of $1,000s worth of prizes. It's got some fantastic prizes. Go check it out. If you've never done podcasting before and you've something you wanted to try, well, this is the chance. You can do it. You can do it with anywhere like from $130. You can buy the USB mic and plug it in your computer and start a podcast. That's how easy it is to podcast. It is way easier to do that than a YouTube channel. Let me tell you firsthand. I can definitely say podcasting is a great starting point if you want to go down that alleyway or into that dark void of creatorship. Well, they've got a new product out today. It's not a big product, but it's quite handy. And I've got the lavalier mic going to my wireless go down here, the first series, not the second series yet. We're working on that. Now, you've got this big cable, you've got to get it up shirt. Now, it's fine for me because it's just me and I can reach up my own shirt to pull the cable through, or vice versa. But what do you do on a set if you've got a couple of people, some ladies, some men, especially nowadays, sexual harassment, all that stuff. place that any sound engineer doesn't want to have anything to do with that. So look, it sounds like a little object, but Rode has brought out a little Rode weight, or what do they call it? The MicDrop. So pretty cool. Basically, it's a little brass little weight that slides over the cable on your lavalier mic. You put it on here or onto the end of your pin that goes into. It'll sit straight on top of here. You open the shirt and you just drop it, and because of the extra weight, it'll fall straight down. Grab it at the bottom. There's no hands up shirts, up backs, all that. You basically take it out of the issue. You just manually to take the whole issue of any sort of dramas like that with HR departments and lawyers and all that. You just get rid of that completely just by that. So look, it sounds like a little tiny thing. It's $20. But $20 could be a lawsuit for a couple of $1 million. So I think they'll actually sell a fair few of these. Just a simple, little, quick, easy design, and I think it's going to work. So looks simple. You could probably make something up at home yourself if you're individual. But then if you're just like me, I don't need it. But it's more so for if there's a few of you, if you are recording and doing videos and stuff like that. If there are ladies or men on set. It doesn't matter who's there. Some people can get offended. It's just take the whole thing out of the picture. I think it's good for a $20 object to save that sort of hassle. Definitely go check it out. But yeah, Rode, good little tool. It's quite handy. I think it will work out well. But don't forget also that Rodecaster. I think it's till June, end of June or near the end of June. Make sure you get in on that. You never know. It's a great fun challenge as well to go for it. So always a crack. Last but not least, Anker. Anker, we know we do Zendura here on the channel. I've talked about Zendura. Really happy with their gear. Another big brand of charging devices and stuff that along those lines, like wall chargers, wireless chargers. That is Anker. They're very big in the States. They've just come out with a brand new series of wall chargers, 3 different types now. It's using GAN 2 technology. Basically, it's an intelligent way to charge your devices without damaging them. So Apple, they use a lower wattage, so it will know it's an Apple. It'll basically charge it at the required wattage, if that makes sort of sense. So it's a little bit of an intelligent charger. Most of them are sort of going the way. This is the brand new latest version of it, and it's also way smaller. Basically, there's 3 different ones. They go up to, there's a 45 watt, there's a 65 watt, which will do a MacBook 13 at full charge. That's probably the most interesting to me. They still don't have a 100 watt one to do the 16, which will be good because the actual charger for the MacBook 16, is a pretty big, beefy charger. So it'd be good to reduce that size for travel. It does have a bit of weight as well. So look, if you're looking for something, you do a lot of travel. It's only available at the moment in the States. It will come to Australia, but if you need something like this, you can definitely get it shipped to a reship store and sent over. But the 65 watt is already out of stock. Only released 2 days ago. The 45 watt there, and I think there's a 30 watt as well. They're both still in stock. I think the 65 is about $60 American. 45 watts about, I think, $45-50. A good price, really good tech. Fast charging as well. As I said, it'll adapt to your product that you use with it. But yeah, a good quality and a good brand. So definitely go check them out on the Anker US side. Don't check the Australian site if you're in Australia. They still have some good gear here. They just had a big sale on actually. But they do have some good gear, but generally they do bring their stuff from the States fairly quickly into the Australian store. So keep an eye out. I guess once they sort of start selling them a lot more in America, mid-July, they're just only the first batches coming through. I think they'll sell a lot in the States first and then start spreading out through the other international stores. But it looks like a good bit of kit and super tiny. They're like ridiculous. For 45 watt charger, it's ridiculous. It's like smaller than a AirPod case. So that's sort of the size you're looking at. So definitely go check them out. Quite handy. Other than that, no big crazy releases or anything today. Maybe we'll find out some more tomorrow. Who knows? I'm gonna be doing some work tonight, so hopefully I can get this video out this weekend. Should be pretty good. They're not a monstrous amount of photos. This one's a lot of video stuff. It's all about the Whaling Museum not the mausoleum, a museum in Albany, which has got some really rich history. So that should be pretty cool, and some drone stuff as well. So there's a fair bit of little something there for everyone. So hope you all appreciate it. Rightio, I will see you all tomorrow for Friday, end of the week. Whether you're going that way, I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.